I don't think ever before has a chosen one have received so much booing from wrestling fans as the corporate chosen one. Not in storyline, mind you, but by the CEOs, the people who hide behind shadows in big plaza screens and control the universe of wrestling, has ever wanted one man to be their new flag bearer, and the crowd completely shat on that. We'll get to that in a moment as I get to the results here, because I have to pull them back up because I can't remember the sequence of order here. Yeah, everything was going good up until the finale. And I completely... I called one person being there, but I didn't call what he was going to do. So, let's bring this up here. So, pre-show, which is The New Day versus Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, with Adam Rose and Natalya in the corner. This is such a weird tag team, because you've got Tyson Kidd, who's a heel, who is leeching off of Natty's popularity because of Total Divas. Natty's with him, and she's a face within the Divas division. And you've got Adam Rose, who no one knows what to quite make of him since the bunny got shipped off. And then you got the New Day, which is kind of getting there, kind of not. I don't know, it's hard to gauge with these guys. But the crowd's chanting New Day, so this was pretty good. This is a great warm-up. The only thing I question is, this is the live preview show, the 1 hour preview show. It's on the WWE Network. It's on like Xbox, PS3, YouTube, Yahoo, MySpace, whatever. Like, this is the free show, and they cut an ad in the middle of the match. Like, I think it was Kidd or Cesaro had Biggie in a headlock, and it's like, this match rolls on. I'm like, no, you can't. Sure enough, they run a goddamn ad. I think it was for WWE Immortals, the Injustice Gods Among Us, or the WWE skin for Injustice. Which, if they actually put controls on it, I actually did play a little bit of it. It's not bad. Graphically, it's pretty good for a mobile game. Pretty cool little storyline of a Dark Lantern that Bray Wyatt gets, but the Authority steals it and makes everyone, makes John Cena basically really Superman. I think Sheamus is a Celtic warrior, like an actual Celtic warrior. And anyways, going back, it was pretty good. The crowd was hot for Cesaro. This is a Philly crowd. This is an ECW crowd. This is a crowd that's like, we love this guy because he's on the internet. We want you to push him. So they went nuts. So this is like, this is a clear message to McMahon to say from his podcast. Is like, I don't know why people don't connect with Cesaro. It's like, we are. Just fucking push him. Give him something to do. So they won the match, thank God, because I think if New Day won, they would shout over it. I just noticed this too. Including the pre-show, there's not one singles match in this entire pay-per-view. You've got tags, you've got a triple threat, and then you've got the Rumble match. There's not one single one-on-one match. And I found that there was an interesting statistic about WrestleMania 16 or 2000, as they like to bounce it, because it's like, it's a 2000, name everything 2000. WrestleMania 2000 did not have one single one-on-one match. They were all tags, they were all multiple-man tags. There was a Fatal 4-Way, there was a Triangle Ladder match, and there was the Fatal 4-Way for the belt. There was not one single one-on-one match. So we start off with the New Age Outlaws, come out and do their shtick, versus the Ascension, Victor and Connor, which someone finally admitted that says, hey, they had some success on NXT. It's like, yeah, you forget the fact that they've been the longest reigning NXT tag team champions, or, like, this is the weird dichotomy I find with WWE. Like, you could bust your ass in the indies for years. They got, like, Sami Zayn, El Generico, Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen. Bust their ass in the indies, travel the world, wrestle for Ring of Honor, New Japan, whatever. And as soon as you come to NXT, none of that matters anymore. they kind of played off a little bit. The heel guy had to be like, oh, he's his first day in the NXT. He has to prove himself. It's like, he's been wrestling 2-a-days. He's been wrestling 300 days in Japan. So don't tell me he ain't paying his dues. The other guys, like the face announcers, are just like, Finn Balor, he's a Triple Crown winner in Japan. He's immortalized in Japan. And the heel guy goes, oh, he hasn't done anything here. It's like, bitch, please. Just because you badmouth John Cena backstage and you're now a lowly announcer, don't take it out on the indie guys. So that's the thing too. They was like, okay, it kind of like, oh, you work for years in the indies and you make the NXT and you have to start over. You work your ass off at NXT, you get all these accolades, then you get brought up to the main roster, then you're shat over and you gotta build yourself back up again. This was fairly quick. The faces get their moves in. They get their flashy stuff. Road Dogg gets his shimmy, and then it's just all Ascension, and then the Ascension gets the Fall of Man. 1, 2, 3. Ascension wins, and finally, I think now I don't think they're gonna feed them jobbers anymore. I think they're actually gonna start pushing the Ascension, which is good because the gimmick might be a little silly. They're just kind of playing off on the whole Road Rider stuff. I mean, it was kind of silly in NXT, but they didn't have the face paint and all that and the body armor. But, they were solid. They were a solid tag team, I mean, they got over with the crowd. They must have been done something right in NXT. It's like, Jesus Christ. It's like, I'm just waiting for, like, Finn Balor, who, in every special event, has, like, the wicked face paint and the body paint. And he's, like, the demon with the... And then they're going to bring him up, and then it's going to be the Bruce Pritchard. I see polka dots. And Finn Balor's just going to be like, oh, Jesus Christ, I should have stayed in Ireland. Let's skip that. Let's see here. Backstage statement about Triple H and Stephanie about what happened on Monday night when Sting showed up, and he's just like, how the hell has this happened? He's just like, I know, like, I get like 5 tweets a day that's like, hey, Nikolai Volkov is outside the arena. Not one single thing about Sting. And he's just like, oh, we're going to tighten security. We're not going to let them happen with WCW. This is the house McMahon built. And, this isn't the house that, Eric Bischoff built off of the bodies of Vince McMahon. Oh yeah, and Lesnar comes in, and not Lesnar. Heyman comes in, and he's just like, "You had a problem with Cena, we fixed it with Brock Lesnar. You had a problem with this guy, we have Brock Lesnar. You have a problem with Sting, your solution is Brock Lesnar." Up next, WWE Tag Team Championships: The Miz and Mizdow versus Usos. I don't think I really need to repeat this. You've seen this match 100 times already. Not bad. I mean, it's just you've seen it 100 times. It's okay, get here, I'm parched. I mean, they're playing off a little bit more that Mizdow wants to get in there more and shine, but the Miz just won't let him. Usos retain. Like I said, it's, standard match, not something we haven't seen before, but I think this is just playing off on the whole, Miz and Mizdow are going to, eventually break up. Paige and Natalya versus the Bellas. I don't fucking care. I didn't care at all. The halfway during the match, I went to the washroom and I trimmed my beard. And when I came back, the match was over. For those of you who follow Lil Karibo, creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, who also voiced Frieza in DBZ Abridged and was like the narrator for DBZ Abridged, has come back and he's come back with a vengeance. Like he's like posting a lot of videos. His version of Merrick from Yu-Gi-Oh! Plays Bloodlines: The Masquerade. I think that's the name of the game. Vampire the Masquerade, I think that's what it's called. Just basically a first-person vampire RPG. He's also been doing some really, really, really inspirational videos about his dealings with depression, which I recommend anyone who's dealing with depression or just kind of feels down, watch those. Gives you some great advice on how to deal and to find things that will make you happy consistently. Things that will help you get in a great mood and just, life experience in general. But he's got this new satirical video show called The Mark Remark, where he does a satirical analysis of wrestling, basically Raw and SmackDown. He recaps it. It's really, really hilarious. I recommend everyone check it out. What he's been doing, though, is when the women's match comes off, it's just like It's like, Paige and Nikki Bella have a match, and it's a like actual piss break. It's like, sorry, I don't know what keeps happening during women's matches. Fuck. The Bellas win. Someone tweeted out to me again. So someone's not following my tweets, but the whole, okay, Bree's okay with Nikki saying that she wished she died in the womb, and I'm like, yeah, it's like creative doesn't care about continuity or correct storytelling or anything like that. I just don't give a fuck anymore. Here's what I'm gonna do. Whenever there's a Divas match on a pay-per-view, I'm going to just say, I don't care. I'm going to review last week's NXT women match, which unfortunately I didn't get to see this week's NXT. I've been having a lot of internet issues, and especially with the WWE Network, it keeps cutting out. I saw Hideo Itami beat Curtis Axel in the tournament. I saw Sami Zayn come out, beat up Ty Dillinger, and just like, fuck this, I'm not wrestling until you give me Kevin Owens. And William Regal's like, what are you doing, you bloody wanker? Yo, sod off. I'm not going to give you a match. It's just like, give me the match. He's like, he doesn't deserve a title shot. He's like, I don't care, give me a match. Okay. And our next event, it's Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And then you're going to see this week that, oh yeah, there was a really, really bad botch. She was going for like a execution, or not execution. One of those moves that Edge put an edge in the move, like a, I don't know, you just like, it was like a face planter, but it was reversed. Brie and Natty fucked it up beyond belief. God damn it. And I'm reading this off of WrestleZone.com. This is where I usually read off the results when I don't remember it. And they put in here, still want to know why the Bellas reunited. So does everyone else. Apparently someone said, oh, I guess there was an explanation on the WWE app. Who the fuck's watching the WWE app? Oh, it's been downloaded 18 million times. Oh, but you're going to need to vote for John Cena whether he's going to be in this match. Here, all you stupid idiots, here's how you download an app on your phone. I'm like, I think the vast majority of us know how to download a fucking app. I work in tech support for a cell company. I'd say maybe 3% of the people that call in ask me, how do I download an app? And my response to them is, I don't know. Go check Google. Or we got a service that you can pay money and we'll teach you how to use your phone. Because listen, when you call your cellular company, we know how to make your phone work on the cell network. Don't ask me how to download Flappy Bird. I will tell you to go check Google. Alright, main event. The wrestling main event. Because this is Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble's a long-ass match. So, it is WWE World Heavyweight Championship. John Cena, Brock Lesnar, and Money in the Bank Seth Rollins. Who they keep telling, he's like, he could potentially have 2 matches tonight. He's never going to cash that thing in. He'll be the third guy to cash in and lose. Just don't think Rollins all that ready to carry the banner. He's a small guy. Kane's got to leave. Big Show's got to leave. Brock's got to leave before he even has a chance at a good title run. This one's really hard to call. This one was actually, I was not expecting it to be this good. Brock worked like a hoss. There was points there he caught Seth Rollins in midair to give him F5s. This was basically, a lot of it was attributed to a WWE 2K match, where everyone had infinite signatures and finishers, and they're just hitting them left, right, and center. Double German suplex to J&J Security, that was great. And like they sold the injury for like 15 minutes. Oh, there's something I noticed too. I swear WWE got new cameras. It's like a mix between an HD camera and a Phantom. Because they did some really, really crisp slow-mo. Not as crisp as a Phantom. Now a Phantom, if you watch Gavin Free and slow-mo guys on Rooster Teeth, these things film like 10,000 frames a second and can eat up gigabytes of data for 4-5 seconds of footage. And I don't know how WWE pulled it off with this technology, but they got some smooth slow-mo in there. But yeah, there's one point where Cena went for 3 AAs. Rollins comes in, curb stomps, and Lesnar still was getting up from that shit. Oh, that was pretty good. Yeah, because at one point, they start ripping stuff apart and spearing people through barricades, and the announcer was like, did no one tell them that this is a triple threat, but it's no DQ? I think that's probably one of the glaring flaws in these types of matches. Triple threat and fatal four-way. Like, multiple man matches. If there's more than one man involved in a match, it's automatic no DQ. And here's why. Let's say we have this scenario. We've got Cena, we got Lesnar, we got Rollins. Rollins grabs the Money in the Bank briefcase. He hits Lesnar. So what's the ref going to do? He's going to disqualify Rollins, but who gets the victory? Does it go to Lesnar because he was the one that was hit with said object? Well, that's kind of unfair to Cena because Cena didn't do anything. He just was standing there, like, dumbfounded. There was a moment, I think it was an IC title match. I think it was Kennedy, Umaga, and Carlito, I want to say. I think it was at SummerSlam. And it was a triple down. So, like, Carlito took a hit, and I think Kennedy and Umaga took a double clothesline, and all three men were on the floor. And the ref's like, 1, 2, and then you hear Jared go, ref's counting. Don't know why. It's like JR knows the rules, and I think someone's screaming at his headset. It's like, stop telling them the rules. No one cares. Tell the story. It's like, fans need to know this shit. As if the announcer has to explain it, something's wrong. Oh God, what was the finish? Oh yeah, crowd barked out because Rollins finally did a corkscrew 450 splash. I guess it's okay to do that now since Justin Gabriel quit. Yeah, didn't even wait till the day after the Royal Rumble. He quit the day before. The story's still not out as to why Justin Gabriel just walked out on WWE. But he's not like a CM Punk where, you know, he was a top guy and walked out. He was a nobody that was, you know, being jobbed out the Fandango. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah, he hits the corkscrew 450. Everyone marks out because it's like, oh my God, Ring of Honor finishing move. He finally does it. But then just Brock runs in and drops him with a couple of German suplexes. And people freaked out because they're like, you went through a table. After this, Cena's out. He just disappears. No one knows what happened to him. So Rollins comes in. He hits Lesnar twice in the head with the briefcase. Goes to curb stomp him, but he moves out of the way, hits an F5, and retains. I was surprised. I thought John Cena was going to get 16 world titles and tie Flair. I guess not. So, this is the realm. If Cena can't beat Lesnar, he honestly should stay out of the title picture. Like, at this point, Cena doesn't need to be in the title picture. He can just be the face and have compelling storylines against the Authority. But unfortunately, as we saw in the Fallout, I'm actually going to cover the Fallout because they actually did one for once. It's not like Survivor Series. It's like, we're having the Fallout with Mr. McMahon. And then they started replaying the pay-per-view again. I was like, oh, shit, forgot about that. Someone at the toast said, I didn't care who won the damn match after Brock kicked out of 3 attitude adjustments and a curve stomp. I marked out right there. Okay, seriously, I'm happy Brock won, and I thought he would, but wow, that made him look like an even bigger badass. He looks credible as usual, but Rollins looks like one of the biggest stars. Everyone came out better on that match. I was happy with it. I was happy if it would end there, but we had to get the Royal Rumble out of the way. So, for the Royal Rumble match, or as I tweeted out, it is now time for the Floor is Lava match. It's the world's biggest, most exciting game of the floor is lava. Can't says the floor. The floor is lava. So, The Miz is number 1, and I thought Miz would be number 2. And we could see that payoff. No. But R-Truth, singing out of sync with his theme song. They flop around, and holy shit, go for the surprise entrant already, Bubba Ray Dudley. I don't know if he's re-signed and just completely left TNA. I really hope this isn't a one-time deal. I really hope he'll be there. If not, hey, it was great to see him one more time in the WWE. If he becomes a road agent or a trainer down in NXT, all the better for him because he lives in Florida and he's banging Velvet Sky, I think. well, she'll need more employment now because she got fired with that Feast or Fire match in TNA, which going to be making a new series on YouTube. Get excited. Got lots to say about that. Devon's not there, so of course, gotta get the only black guy that's currently in the ring to do the "what that." For all you kids that were in attendance and didn't know what the hell that was, the "what up" was a very popular Budweiser ad, where a bunch of guys were just talking on the phone, going "what up, what up, what up." Apparently, that was funny, and then it bleeded on the internet, and the Dudleys kept that. And actually, they did the 3D. That was pretty cool. Miz gets eliminated. Okay, so Miz gets eliminated, and then R-Truth gets eliminated. Out comes Luke Harper, and then they face off, and out came Bray Wyatt with a puzzled look on Bubba's face. And Luke Harper eliminates Bubba Ray Dudley. Bubba Ray Dudley did not last that long. So let's stop with Bubba Ray Dudley here for a second, because it was a funny thing that Bubba Ray, it was either on Jericho's podcast or Stone Cold's podcast he was on. And he was still employed with TNA. And he was like, because they asked him, he's like, would you ever go back? And he's like, if the time was right, and an offer did come through, I would go back. Like, I would love to be Bully Ray, but if someone came up to me and said, Bubba, I need you back in the camo with the sunglasses, I was like, done. Bully Ray would die that day. And looks like it happened. Kind of sad, though, because that old Bubba Ray Dudley outfit makes Bubba Ray look 50 pounds heavier than he is. Because, like, if you look at Bubba Ray in ECW, even WWE, to where he became in TNA, he dropped a lot of weight. He got a lot of muscle. And unfortunately, WWE didn't want to capitalize on that. Okay, so Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt stare each other down because they broke up for the stupidest reasons. It's like, I set Luke Harper free. And like, okay. It's like, no more Wyatts. Why? Reasons. What reasons? I don't have to explain why I don't have to explain. Keep stealing Destiny quotes. Anyways, so out comes Curtis Axel, but he is attacked and blindsided by Eric Rowan, so he can cut in to take on Bray Wyatt. And again, I'll bring this up later. So, but then they look at Luke Harper, and Luke Harper is like pointing a gun at his head, and then he points it to Bray Wyatt. It's like, oh, we're going to take you up for, reasons. And then they like blindside Eric Rowan, but Bray Wyatt takes them both out. And now it becomes, Bray Wyatt has been given the Stone Cold CM Punk spot, where he's the only guy in the ring, and he's just wasting guys that come in. Like, he's the one that's like, Austin comes up, he sits on the barricade, or he sits on the top rope, and he's just like, waiting on it. How much time I got left? Or CM Punk sitting there, spouting off his straight edge society. Now comes Zack Ryder. It's like, wait, Zack, you have potential. I can save you. So, who comes out? The Boogeyman. Probably one of the oldest active wrestlers at the moment. But he's in his 60s. He was like 45 when he started this Boogeyman shtick. Because he was supposed to be in the fourth Tough Enough, the $1 million one that Daniel Puder won because he almost made Kurt Angle legitimately tap out. And The Miz was second runner-up. And also Ryback was in that season. So they do like the whole psycho thing, like Boogeyman's got like these contacts that make his eyes all bug out, and Bray's like, I like you. Which one of us is crazier? He does the hit, pulling the hair back, and I thought Boogeyman was going to take the worms out and eat them. But I think he stopped doing that because Punk told him once, he's like, man, I'm getting really sick. He's like, really? You're eating earthworms and you're wondering why you're getting sick. He gets eliminated really quickly. Oh, Jesus. So he gets tossed out. Hunico Sin Cara comes out. One half the current NXT Tag Team Champions, but nobody cares about that. Because in NXT he's actually half decent, but in WWE he's still a jobber that likes to botch. Like I'm botching my lines. Okay, so apparently, they had technical difficulties. Okay, so they lost track. I remember Zack Ryder made his return, so he actually got some moves in, and the crowd was popping for him. And then he get tossed out and will be sent back to live events, never to be used again because somebody doesn't like his face. Someone doesn't think he will make him money. You're idiots. And then now comes the crowd favorite, the one that everyone wants to win, Daniel Bryan. And that's where we stop the whole I'm eliminating people shtick. Because now, we're starting to build up bodies. Unfortunately, there was some delay, so a lot of stuff got cut out. And it cut out for me too. We got Fandango and Stardust in the ring. And then comes out Diamond Dallas Page, who just proceeds to not only just constantly shill out DDP yoga on his wife beater, but just keeps hitting diamond cutters all over the place. And I'm like, okay, with all these diamond cutters, there's no way in hell Randy Orton's coming out. He's not in the Rumble. And spoiler alert, he's not in the Rumble. It sucks. After he does that, and he's just like, oh yeah, I'm feeling good. Bang! Then you hear Rusev, Herkadurka, whatever. So he comes out and he starts cleaning shop, and I think he gets eliminated. It looked like Ray and Rusev are going to have like a little unholy alliance. So Daniel Bryan comes in, double drop kicks, and starts taking out guys. Then he gets hung up on the apron, and Bray Wyatt eliminates Daniel Bryan. This pisses off the crowd to where they almost never recover. This is the man that they wanted to win. This is the man they wanted to see at least make the Final Four. And they cut him out quickly. I am fearful for what he's going to be doing at Fastlane and what his plans are for WrestleMania. Wow, nothing recovered after this. Goldust comes in. Then he starts it out with, of course, him and Stardust are going to have a breakup. Of course it's going to happen. So yeah, it's Stardust trying to eliminate Goldust, and they just start slapping each other. Let's see. We get Kofi Kingston. So everyone's ready. I was like, okay, what spot are they going to do this year where he miraculously survives and then eventually gets eliminated? Well, out comes Adam Rose with the Rosebuds. Rusev hurls Kofi over the top rope into the Rosebuds, who catch him and friggin' mosh pit him and carry him and put him back into the ring. While they're doing this, Adam Rose gets eliminated. So this could be the last night for the Rosebuds, which, come on, if you're going to be heel, why do you still keep these people around? I mean, you beat up the bunny. Kane beat up the bunny. Which I tweeted out, and I'm so glad so many people got it, where Kane is supposed to be the heel, but he's tombstoning the bunny, and people are cheering. This is straight out of Undergrads. If you guys have never seen Undergrads, go watch it. It's a fantastic series that was criminally cut too short. 13 episodes. It's Rocco beating up the manatee. And people cheering him. It's like, that guy's cool. He's beating up the mascot. Yeah. And he's like, don't cheer me. I'm beating up a crappy mascot. Again. Alpha. Let's see here. So yeah, as soon as Rose gets eliminated, then Rusev eliminates Kofi right away. I'm like, okay, he's been the human highlight reel. This year he did jack shit. He's never to be in the Royal Rumble again. It's not up or shut up time for Kofi. He needs to do something big with his career, or we're going to be wishing him the best of luck in his future endeavors, I think. Okay. So, after that, this is where we lose everyone, because here comes the man that they are shoving down your throat, telling you, this is the man you are to cheer now, because we say so. And the fans are saying, fuck you, we don't want him, he's not ready, we want Daniel Bryan. Fuck you, you're gonna take him, Roman Reigns. Oh, God. He had to know he had this heat on him. Yet he still chose to come through the crowd. Now, if you're dumb enough to attack a wrestler, you're going to be choked out. Not only by the wrestler, but by security too. I almost saw this once. House show in Moncton. Edge, with Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder by his side as Edgeheads, versus Bautista in a no DQ match. They went through the crowd. Batista and Edge are literally 5 feet away from me. This drunk Mark right beside me, he's like, push me into him, man. I'm like, what? Yeah, man, push me into him. I'm like, do you want to throw yourself at him and get killed? Go right ahead. I'm filming this on my camera. This will make me YouTube famous. I will post this to YouTube. He just yelled out to it. I don't have the footage. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. Okay, let's see here. Who did it eliminate? Okay. Okay, so Goldust and Stardust attack Reigns. Okay, I don't think he eliminates anyone. Okay, so out comes Big E. No one cares. No one cares because their favorite got eliminated already. I mean, when Edge won the Rumble, and Shawn Michaels had that whole, I gotta win the Rumble to challenge Taker to get my pride back at Mania, they at least kept him in until like the final 5. And then that was like, the dream's over. And then like he went in and started super kicking everyone. You couldn't kept Bryan in the match for that long. So out comes Sandown to a huge pop. But before he gets in the ring, The Miz stops and he's like, no! I'm taking your spot! You go to the back! This is mine! I'm taking your spot! And I think Sandown was like, okay, I'll do it. And then like he gets on the apron, someone blasts him, he gets on the and then Sandow's like, do I do it? Do I do it? Do I do it? Fuck it, I'll do it. He runs in, he gets hit with a bunch of moves, and then he gets powered out, and there's like one glimmer of hope that someone that people like gets eliminated. And like Miz is getting pissed off, so Sandow just gets him and starts doing the mimicking thing. It's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You take my spot. That's probably the last good thing. Who else comes in? Swagger comes out, nobody cares. Ryback comes in, nobody cares. Kane comes in, nobody cares. This is corporate Kane again. You have singular tights. You're not wearing the singlet with that stupid, like, cut here X on your tights. Why can't you wear tights? Why are you just like, I'm gonna take my suit off and wrestle in that? Dean Ambrose comes out. Titus O'Neil. And immediately gets eliminated. Which, they're getting close to doing Warlord style. But he fucked up and they had to clothesline him again. And I'm like, oh, thank God it wasn't like a new record. Like, come on. Santino doesn't have much in this world. Can we give him his 1 second elimination? Keep that. I wasn't ready. Cesaro comes into a big pop. We all know he's not going to win. Okay, so we're nearing down to the final, like, 2-3 guys. When it gets to 28 and it's Cesaro, I realized something. Because when Daniel Bryan got eliminated, I was like, calm down, guys. It'll make it even better when The Rock comes out, wins the whole thing, and goes on to challenge Brock. That's the Mania event I would pay money to see. I would pay my backwards way of $9.99 Michael to the US, and then $4.99 to Unitelli.com. That doesn't happen. As it starts whittling down and I'm counting in my head the people that are left, I was like, oh fuck. Big Show's not in there yet, and neither is Ziggler. Oh, sweet Jesus. Yeah. See, I would have been happy with Rock coming in. I'd love to see the Brock. The Brock and the Rock. Brock Lesnar and the Rock. You be quiet, you. Millie laughing off on the outside. Brock Lesnar and Rock. Probably one of my all-time favorite matches of all time in this new era. This Ruthless Aggression / PG era. Because at work we have digital boxes with Rogers Cable. And we have the WWE Network, that stupid stripped-down version. And one guy put on SummerSlam '02. And the other guy who's, about the same age as me, who's just like grew up old school wrestling. He never watched any New Millennium Wrestling, or I don't think he watched Attitude Era either. But he's just like, I don't know about this one. And I said, it's got some good matches. It's actually a decent pay-per-view. You got Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle. They got a good match in there. Benoit and RVD. Eddie Guerrero and Edge. I think Flair and Jericho within there, but then I remembered that all Flair does is knife edge chops. It's not all those good of matches. And then you've got Triple H, Shawn Michaels beating the shit out of each other for 45 minutes straight. Awesome. And then you've got probably one of the Rock's best last matches is him and Brock Lesnar for the title in New York with that dueling crowd, and then Brock winning clean. And he never got a rematch. They never fought again after that. Like, it kills me that happened. So yeah, out comes Big Show, out comes Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler's number 30, and now he's the new favorite. So we go into this motion now where Kane and Big Show, because they are the authority team. Big Show is just KO punching people, and him and Kane are double teaming and just dropping people over the top rope because they're knocked out. Once Ziggler gets eliminated, the crowd does not fucking care anymore because they're like, we now know it's Reigns that's going to win. And yeah. So they do the same thing that Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose was the last face in there besides Reigns. He gets eliminated. Big Show and Kane then go to work on Reigns, but Reigns managed to get them both over and wins, presumably wins. Because the bell rang. But I think someone fucked up. Because they realized, oh shit, something else is going to happen. Yeah, they confused the fuck out of the crowd too. Because they thought that was the end. But then out comes The Rock to take Big Show and Kane down. And I'm like, that's the only reason you came back? Will you have a match at Mania? Like, this is a dumb use of The Rock. He should have been in the Rumble. But I don't know, with Fast 7 coming out, I don't know. Anyways. But then Rusev comes in. Apparently Rusev never got eliminated. And then Reigns proceeds to eliminate him. And the crowd just fucking shits on the whole thing. And rightfully so. This is the second year in a row where they just do not listen to the audience. You don't build over what the audience is wanting. Okay, if I'm there and I'm paying customer and I'm like, okay, I really want this guy to win. Oh, they're writing for this guy to win. I don't like him. So a lot of people are going to tweet out that, why are you complaining? You're just going to watch anyway. Well, personally, I'm not. My network subscription is ending in February. Beyond February, I'm not renewing. The programming they're putting on there, I don't care, and I don't care for watching old pay-per-views. Yeah, it's just because I'm voting with my wallet because they clearly do not listen to what the popular what the populace wants. They think they want Reigns. They don't. They don't. We don't want Reigns. Reigns isn't ready yet. Maybe if he didn't get injured, if he improved his mic skills, and, was so long, maybe the crowd would have warmed up to him. But no, this is just them going, we're penciling this guy in, that's it. Well, you did that last year with Batista, it completely backfired on you. I don't mind Batista, but it was the wrong choice. And then you put Daniel Bryan in and gave him the belt. But unfortunately he got hurt. So, yeah. That's your main event. And they botched the goddamn sign again. How many times did Roman point to the sign and the pyro didn't go off? And by the way, what the fuck is with that sign? You don't have a number? Or are you too cool for numbers now that you're done with WrestleMania porn? WrestleMania XXX? You can't go XXXI? Or even put a 31? You gotta put the big old fucking play button like your YouTube? That's the majority of people are gonna watch your pay-per-views on YouTube. After it's uploaded. The numbers will have to come in. I just hit my bookcase. We'll have to wait for the numbers to come in, because if people are truly mad at this, if they truly hate Reigns and they don't want him to win, we'll see the network subscriptions drop. Because there's other ways to watch pay-per-views, guys. You gotta make your populace and your fans happy if you want them to pay your $9.99 model. Or I think it's even more in the UK. It finally came out in the UK, so people don't have to do the same thing we do in Canada. I will give Rogers some credit. They are giving people the option to go on www.com/Canada and view it from there. But there's still no way to get a Canadian version of the WWE Network app for consoles. I have to confirm this because, to my understanding still, you still need Rogers Cable with a minimum package of like $70, $80. And then on top of that, pay $11.99 a month for the WWE Network. I'm actually going to be talking to some people tomorrow via live chat, as I don't like calling in, it takes too long. I'll confirm with them, because I'll probably be making a separate video on this. If you can get the WWE Network for $11.99 a month and just view it online and not have to get the television package with it, because I'm going to paint this picture for you guys. Rogers is one of the largest telecommunication companies in Canada for like cell phone service. Home phone and television, they make up 20% of the country. So we're the second largest country in the world, like mass wise. Not population wise, it's still different, because when you start going out further west in Ontario, it's like very densely populated. So Rogers makes up for the maritime provinces where I live. So you got New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, PEI, and Newfoundland. I believe they are in Newfoundland for cable. I might be wrong. I think it might be just Bell. And then you completely skip over Quebec, but I think they may be being bought out from Videotron. But then you got Ontario, that's their biggest market. That's still 20% of the country. So, a large market like the Maritimes, and you got Ontario, and then fuck Western Canada, because they get Shaw or Bell Express with satellite or some other service. They can't get the WWE Network, legitimately. They have to do like I did and do a back-end way of doing it. But I don't think I'm going to be doing it for much longer. Which really sucks, because I really want to support the NXT. And, okay. So here's where we go now. They are already setting up John Cena. I called this. I fucking called this. Go watch pay-per-views back from months past. John Cena will now face Rusev. Rusev is being fed to Cena. Rusev is being built up to a monster for Cena to destroy. If he doesn't destroy Rusev, I will be pleasantly surprised. Will it happen? God no, because Super Cena always has to prevail. So, yeah. Get a good dose of Rusev and Lana right now. I guarantee you after WrestleMania, they ain't going to be around much longer. In a prominent role. And they have, of course, they're setting up Roman and Lesnar. They had a backstage interview with Rock and Reigns on the Fallout. So no appearance by Sting. A confusing as fuck ending. Pay-per-view was good up until the Rumble match. One problem with the Rumble match is that they had too fewer bodies at the beginning. There wasn't like a build-up and then a clear-out. A build-up and a clear-out. Usually how Rumble matches go. You build up a few superstars, then you get a hot face in there to take out 3 or 4 of them. You take out 3 or 4 of them, and then you build it up again. A lot of surprise entrance. Oddly enough, we didn't get the surprise entrance that we thought. We thought Bo Dallas was going to be coming back. That never happened. I thought The Rock was going to be in there because they were teasing it the whole fucking night. That never happened. Who else? I think that's it. Oh! Here's the thing, too. Eric Rowan took out Curtis Axel, but Curtis Axel never got into the ring. Technically, he never got eliminated. But technically, he did. Because that happens in Rumble matches. You can be taken out, someone else can replace you. Or you can be thrown through the middle ropes and not eliminated, but be thrown into a thing of popcorn like Maven and not be eliminated, but still be eliminated. Or you can be eliminated. Okay. I will give WWE credit for one thing. They did not have a guy who was eliminated come back in and eliminate someone else. I'll give them credit for that. There actually has to be an added rule that says you cannot, if you are eliminated, you cannot come back in and eliminate somebody else. If you are eliminated and you come back in and you throw someone over the top rope, they are still in the Rumble because they were thrown in by nobody. Or they were thrown out by nobody, I should say. But that's too smart. They don't like it when we think logically. They're just like, sit down, shut up, shut off your brain, and watch. I can't shut off my brain. I need my brain to think and do stuff. So, this is our road to WrestleMania. Reigns and Lesnar in the main event. Of course, we all know what the true main event's going to be. Sting and Triple H. And then we'll see the destruction of Rusev by John Cena. And then we'll see the high drama of a Divas match that would be cut for time or shortened for time and big drama for a Total Divas episode. By the way, like I said, not reviewing Total Divas the rest of the season. Fuck it, because like they don't care anymore, and they're letting the Total Divas storylines dictate the storylines on TV. They just inexplicably turned Paige face again. Team up with Natty because they're best buddies. Even though she's heel in the matches they show on screen. I guess it's okay for her to be face now because Natalie smacked her ass and grabbed her boobs. Oh god. I don't even know what Alicia Fox is doing on that show. I know even Marie hasn't been on television because like her boobs exploded and then she got bigger ones. Oh god. My head hurts. I need water. I'm out of water. Oh, I got more water. Yay! So that's that. Tag match was alright. What do you expect from Usos and Mizdow and Sandow, or Miz and Sandow. Ascension New Age Outlaws was quick, and I'm glad the Ascension went over. If New Age Outlaws went over, I'm just like, what the fuck? Why you stop being agents and trainers? Just fucking wrestle. If you can beat newer guys, younger guys, hungrier guys, why retire? The Divas match, like I said, I shaved my beard to that. I didn't give a fuck. I think the Bellas won. Don't care. Oh god. Someone was saying that there needed to be a Divas Royal Rumble. Why? There's 10 of them at most. And they can't go over the top rope. They're too short. So they have to fall in and they have to cradle the second rope and hit their ball in the apron to take a pratfall or whatever. Or you can do like Gail Kim and just pat her out and say, fuck this company, I'm gone. She's a lot better in TNA than she is anywhere else anyway. Oh, my final point. Where's the NXT guy? Like, I know when like you had an official list on the website, you pulled the Los Matadores and Justin Gabriel from the match, and I think that's was just like, why am I bother to work here if you don't use me? Fuck it, I quit. They didn't have an NXT guy in the Rumble. Last 2 years, that was a way to debut someone to see if he could hang, and then go from there. 2 years ago, it was Bo Dallas. Last year, it was Rusev. This year, I would love to see Sami Zayn or Adrian Neville or Finn Balor. You see how awesome it would have been for Finn Balor to like just make everyone stop in the middle of the Rumble to watch his entrance, and just like the big jaw, and it comes in and he's just like, Finn has risen, and then he just starts going. Like, have him eliminate one guy. Just be like, oh my god, the rookie, Finn Balor eliminated The Miz or something. And then he gets eliminated. And then he can stay on NXT because he's... So this is the reason I don't want to cancel the network, because he's the new #1 contender. I see him and Kevin Owens or him and Sami Zayn fight. Spoiler alert, Sami Zayn Owens is for the belt. They taped 4 weeks of shows. I think I'm done. It's late. I'm tired. I knew they were going to do this. I knew they were going to give it to Reigns. We had that one glimmer of hope. They were just like, maybe they'll listen to us. We booed Rey Mysterio so bad, he don't want to come back. He's just like, why you boo me? Ah, my knee. That's why. He keeps getting fucked up and you keep fucking off. Oh my god. Yeah, it's gonna happen. People are still gonna keep watching. No, a vast majority of people are not gonna vote with their wallets. So people are still gonna keep watching. They're still gonna think, oh, people like Roman Reigns. No, that's all I got. Have a good night, guys. I'm gonna go check out Lucha Underground. I heard that's pretty good.